I'm curious about your perspective on Hooker, because you're an SEC guy, and are you surprised that we never saw more from him? Did you expect more from him coming out of college?
No, it was always a really intriguing conversation when it was Hendon Hooker. And that's not to say even Hendon Hooker could just be any Josh Heupel-led quarterback, just because of the balance of the offensive identity that you have on the playmaking side. Something that we talk a lot about when it comes to the college game versus the NFL game. Who are players that can make the transition to that next level? And unfortunately, Hendon Hooker was one of these guys that played in a very up-tempo, gimmicky offense that was going to be persistent and certainly very consistent at the SEC level and in the college football game, but it never was meant to translate to the NFL. That's always been an issue. That's always been something that's been brought up when it comes to Heupel's past, the way he goes about deciding on how he wants to get his play call designed, and it's been a hindrance towards his quarterback. So Hooker as a third-round pick coming off of a torn ACL was already one of those moves that you felt like was somewhat impressive simply because of where the direction of the program was going. But at the same time, he was already having an upstage battle. He was going to have to learn how to play in a pro-style offense. He was going to have to learn how to play in a more dynamic X, Y, to get to Z kind of formation. And ultimately, it never really sufficed. It led to multiple inconsistencies over the last two off seasons. And now going into year 3 as a 27-year-old backup with 1 year left on his contract, it was evident that he wasn't improving. It was time to move on, and hopefully he can learn for an offense that is a little bit more college style for his future, I think, when it comes to this organization.
The age was really working against him. That was obviously one of the marks when he came in.